Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Patke and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to analyze the second ODI of the three-match ODI series which took place at the St. George's Oval in Port Elizabeth between hosts South Africa and visitors India. And South Africa crushed India by 8 wickets in this game to level the series 1-all. After the first ODI, there were a lot of question marks on the temperament of the South African side, but in this ODI, they put every foot correctly, and India had unfortunately no answers right from the onset. The toss was won by South Africa and they chose to bowl first, and they bundled out India for just 211 in 46.2 overs. 11 extras were considered by the South African bowlers, but anyways they were accurate. They hit their lines and length pretty magnificently, and the ball was moving as well. There was some assistance from the pitch, and especially Nandre Berger exploited that to the hilt right from the onset. Ruturaj Gaikwad, first ball boundary, second ball LBW. Once again, second consecutive failure for him. He was LBW for Nandre Berger. The on-field umpire actually gave it a not out. Upon review, it was seen that the ball was hitting, and the first blow to Team India. Sai Sudarshan followed up with the magnificent 55 with a great 62 in this delivery as well. In this match as well, I beg your pardon, of 83 balls, 1 6 and 7 boundaries. His wicket was taken by Lizard Williams, with Heinrich Klaasen taking a simple catch behind the stumps, and he actually played pretty well. There were wickets falling all around Sai Sudarshan, but he kept the scoreboard moving, converting singles into twos. He took his time as well, which was the need of the hour, which shows that he has fantastic temperament and he has a bright future. He was very disappointed and upset. Why not? Because he could see the first ODI 100, but it was unfortunate that couldn't be. Tilak Verma scored 10 of 30 deliveries, a tepid innings. His wicket was accounted by Berger as well, with Riza Hendricks taking a simple catch. KL Rahul tried to put some semblance into this Indian batting order, and due to his half century, Team India actually crossed 200. Otherwise, that would have also looked pretty difficult. 56 of 64 deliveries for the Indian captain, just got out at the wrong time. His innings included 7 boundaries. His wicket was taken once again by Berger as well. Berger provided regular breakthroughs through South Africa, and whenever any partnership was looking threatening, he took the wicket. Sanju Samson got the chance, but once again couldn't capitalize on it. God knows how many chances Sanju Samson will get. So every failure, his every failure will be seen under the microscope, magnified, and hopefully he turns up in the next game. 12 of 23 deliveries, just a solitary boundary. His wicket was taken by Buran Hendricks, who just clean bowled him with an absolute ripper. Rinku Singh, the man of the tournament for India currently, unfortunately couldn't muster his magic in this game. 17 of 14 deliveries, although he hit a massive 6 as well as couple of 4. He was looking in his element, but he got out against the run of play to Keshav Maharaj, who tossed the ball wide outside the off stump, and Heinrich Klaasen did the rest behind the stumps. He needs to find the balance between caution and aggression, Rinku Singh. Otherwise, if he would have stayed on the crease till the final moments, India may have scored more than 250. That wouldn't have been enough, I think so, but at least we would have got a fighting chance. Akshar Patel scored 7 of 23, once again a very tepid innings. He was dismissed by Aiden Markram. Kuldeep Yadav, 1 of 5 deliveries. His wicket was taken by Keshav Maharaj as well. Arshdeep Singh hit a couple of lusty blows towards the latter part of the innings. 18 of 17 deliveries. Buran Hendricks accounted for his wicket. Mukesh Kumar scored 4 of 9 deliveries with a solitary boundary. He was not out. And Avesh Khan also hit 1-6, which was a particularly good blow. 9 of 6 deliveries. He was run out by Vian Mulder. So Berger in 10 overs gave away 30 runs, took 3 wickets. One of the best ODI performances of his career, and he would look at this performance with pride in future. Hit the right lanes, swung the ball both way, and Indian batsman had absolutely no answer to its brilliance. Lizard Williams, 9 overs, 1 maiden, 49 runs, 1 wicket. He bowled pretty accurately. Buran Hendricks also was one of the standout bowlers for South Africa. He has been in and out of the South African squad for the past few months, but this outing will increase his confidence. 9.2 overs, 1 maidens, 34 runs, 2 wickets. Vian Mulder in 4 overs gave away 19 runs, didn't take a single wicket, but he restricted the Indian batsman to score freely. Keshav Maharaj was a bit expensive according to his standards, but he got 2 wickets nonetheless. 10 overs, 51 runs, couple of wickets. And Aiden Markram, the skipper, in 4 overs he gave away 21 runs, and he took the wicket of Akshar Patel. Chasing a modest score of 200 12. It was one of the most fantastic days of the careers of Tony DeZorzi, a maiden ODI 100, 119 of 122 deliveries, and he eventually was not out as well. He finished the job till the end. 9 magnificent boundaries and 6 youth 6s. I think Tony DeZorzi is a magnificent player. South African selectors should persist with him despite the fact that he had some failures in the past, but his range is pretty good. His hand-eye coordination is pretty good, and with this 100 he has also showed that he has the temperament to excel at the highest level. He just needs to work on his footwork a bit. He struggles against spinners, but his ability to play fast bowling is world class. He is great on the eye, unlike other South African lefty batsmen of the past. I am not throwing a shade of them, but Tony DeZorzi looks a brilliant batsman while batting. A pretty aesthetic thing about him is when he plays the cover drives, he is equally proficient at the leg side as well as the offside as well. So yeah, bright future ahead of him, and congratulations for his first ODI 100. Riza Hendricks also played 50, scored 52 runs of 81 deliveries. We will not analyze the strike rate because that wasn't the need at all. Tony DeZorzi was striking at a brisk pace, so Riza Hendricks actually could afford to take some time, and this 50 is needed by Riza Hendricks as well. Whenever I think so many players and many cricket pundits in South Africa said that he deserves the opening slot ahead of Temba Bavuma, but Temba Bavuma is captain and he is missing the series through injury. So that's why Riza Hendricks is playing, and yeah, good performance by him as well. His wicket was taken by Arshdeep Singh, with Mukesh Kumar taking a simple catch in the deep. Rassie van der Dusen scored 36 of 51 deliveries, 5 boundaries. He also played well. Unfortunate to get out against the run of play. His wicket was actually taken by Rinku Singh. His first wicket in international cricket. The part-time bowler tried to cut the ball with Sanju Samson taking a simple catch behind the wickets. In this game, Sanju Samson kept wicket and KL Rahul was out in the middle fielding. And Markram from 2 deliveries he was not out. 6 extras were considered by the Indian bowlers. South Africa 215 for 2 in just 42.3 overs. So massive defeat for Team India. Mukesh Kumar bowled 2 maidens in 8 overs but still gave away 46 runs. Arshdeep Singh 8 overs 28 runs, 1 wicket. Good performance by him. Avesh Khan was okay, 8 over 43 runs. Akshar Patel also tried to keep the lead on scoring, but he didn't have enough runs to play with. 6 overs 22 runs, no wickets. Kuldeep Yadav went for 6 runs per over, an ordinary performance by him. By his standards, 8 over 48 runs, no wicket. Tilak Verma also rolled over his arm, but to no avail. 3 overs 18 runs. Rinku Singh took the wicket of Rassie van der Dusen. He went for 2 runs in his solitary over and taking that wicket. And Sai Sudarshan also rolled his arm over. 3 balls. 8 runs. He went off. So not a good performance by him as well, but bowling is not his primary forte. So all in all, South Africa come roaring back. It will be interesting to see how the third ODI pans out, and we are all set for a crackerjack of a contest. So how did you like my analysis of the second ODI? Please tell me in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for further notifications. We'll meet in the next video. Till then everyone, bye, and I humbly request to you all once again, please subscribe. Thank you.